Hi there, I'm Dan Pacini. I'm a singer-songwriter from Kingswood, Wootton-under-Edge in Gloucestershire, and I'm at Intersound Guitars in Dursley today, and I'm going to play a few songs for you. This first song I'm going to play is called The Churn, and I wrote it fairly recently, just about all the different people that I know. Oh, my friend, you're breaking up. I missed every word you said. Doesn't matter anyway. Okay, peace, the line goes dead. Thoughts of friends prolong the day. I feel their tethers hold me fast. Thoughts of you suspend the night. I hope and pray these ropes will last. As I'm skipping on my way, tangled knots may trip me up, silent winds may blow astray. Are you really safe to touch? All my friends are breaking up. Cut the corn all around. I don't want to choose a place to lay my ear to the ground. My Gansey Gapes is wearing thin. Take away my pillowcase. Fishnet concrete weighs me down. I try to shock myself away. As I'm skipping on my way, tangled knots may trip me up, silent winds may blow astray. Are you really safe to touch? Every time that I go out, penknife buckle to my belt. Every problem, great or small, I must try to fix them all. Every time that I go out, penknife buckle to my belt. Every problem, great or small, I must try to fix them all. Every time that I go out, penknife buckle to my belt. Every problem, great or small, I must try to fix them all. Every time that I go out, penknife buckle to my belt. Every problem, great or small, I must try to fix them all. Skipping on my way, tangled knots may trip me up, silent winds may blow astray. Are you really safe to touch? Thank you very much.
Welcome to Intersound, Dan. It's beautiful to have you here, man. It's been absolutely magical. got a few questions for you.
Shoot.
So, how did you start this current musical project?
So I've been playing music ever since I was very small. I've always sort of written my own songs and been playing lots of different instruments and listening to all kinds of music. I was in a band for the last 6 years called Hypothetics, and we put out our debut album last year. And after doing that, we thought we'd all take a bit of a break from that. So I've had a bit more time to focus on my own solo music, which I'd been writing probably for the last 3 or 4 years in a sort of serious capacity. But with the end of the sort of album cycle with the band, it's given me a good chance to really get deep into that. I've started renting a studio in St Paul's in Bristol, which has given me a lot of opportunities to produce my own stuff, and because I can record different instruments and listen back to it and play things over the top, it sort of allows me to do the same sort of writing style that we had in the band, where we'd all kind of jam things together, but I can sort of replicate that on my own in the studio now. I can put tracks down and play along to it. So I've just been building it up from there. I've got a couple of musicians that I've started working with. I've got a bassist and a piano player, and we've been playing a few small gigs around Bristol. And I've recently just been changing the songs a little bit, sort of in reaction to the way that the other two play, and it's given me a bit more to think about bringing other people into the project. So I'm hoping this year I'll be able to get out a bit of an EP and show some people the stuff I've been working on for a while.
Nice, man. It's amazing what other musicians can bring to music and
100%.
and songs. It's and how it can change.
Yeah, bouncing it off other people and just getting different opinions and different influences coming in from other people, I think is really special, and people hear a song in a way that you never would have heard it, and it's great.
Over the course of my life, I've learned to embrace it. It's always better to embrace it. Let musicians do what they
100%.
do best.
Yeah.
What is your earliest musical memory?
Earliest musical memory. I remember having a toy sort of keyboard. It was a sort of red plastic keyboard. It had lots of different sort of farm animals on it and stuff. And I used to take that around with me, and I'd learn tunes that I'd heard. I got dragged along to church as a kid and sort of picked up a lot of hymn tunes and stuff like that. And as soon as I started going to primary school, there were sort of songs we were singing in the classroom and stuff like that. And I think one time I came in the next day and played the teacher the tune we'd been singing the day before on the piano, and she sort of came out to my mum. She said, "Oh, Daniel's quite into music. He sort of note for note played the song we were singing at school yesterday." And I think that's always the way I've worked ever since. I've always picked up things by ear and tried to learn things by ear. I can read music to a sort of very basic degree, but I'm quite slow. So I've always kind of picked up songs by ear, and I think other sounds as well feed into music because of that, other sort of rhythms and stuff I hear and just noises in the day to day. I think feed into my music because it's all kind of the route by which I come up with melodies and stuff, is just by hearing things. This is a song called What Did They Do that I wrote probably getting on for 3 years ago now.
Wasting away in the corner of a smoky room, watching the tower blocks form from the candlewick blue. Counting the days now that the band don't play to your tune. What did they do to make you feel you had to change, to make you feel like a stranger in your own skin? Oh, they made you afraid to ever look weak, but now they know you're just trying to sleep. Did you change your name when you vanished from view? I think that I last saw you with a new haircut and old shoes, but I can't seem to reach you. No, I never see you around. Is there a reason you don't want to be found? Thank you.
Have you got one interesting or funny story?
I've got a funny story. I guess it's accompanied by a quite terrible joke, which I don't know if I'll even deliver very well. But Brian, who those of you following the channel will shortly become acquainted with as well. His son was in the band that I played in for the last 6 years, and he told me this joke, and I told it recently at a gig in Bristol. I've been trying to do a bit more crowd work and dodgy comedy in between my songs. I sort of said the joke, and half the crowd looked sort of horrified, and the other half of the crowd didn't get it at all, and nobody laughed. And so I told everybody straight afterwards that it was Jim's joke, and everyone in the room sort of turned around and stared at him. So yeah, the joke goes something like, there's some scientists, and they want to see what happens if you feed a pig lots and lots and lots of food, and see how much food you can feed a pig, how much you can sort of inflate a pig. It's not great sort of animal cruelty policy, but they put a cork in this pig's bottom and they feed it lots and lots of food for days and days and weeks, and eventually this pig's enormous, and they want to see what happens when they take the cork out. So they train a monkey to pull a cork out of a pig's bottom, and they sort of set up the experiment, see what will happen. They've got one scientist at sort of 10 metres away from their sort of predicted blast zone. They've got one scientist at sort of 50 metres away from the predicted blast zone, and one scientist at about 100 metres back. And there's this sort of green light goes, and the monkey pulls the cork, and there's a horrible mess everywhere, poo and guts and half digested food and everything everywhere. Everybody's sort of covered, and the scientist at the sort of 100-metre mark is sort of horrified. He's covered in poo and stuff, and he's just not having a good time of it. He's really upset. The scientist at sort of 50 metres back is again covered even more. I mean, he's completely caked in pig feces, and he's really, really not having a good time. And the scientist at 10 metres is laughing his head off, and the other two scientists say, "What's so funny? I mean, we're all covered in horrible, stinking pig shit. What's so funny?" And the scientist at 10 metres says, "Yeah, but you should have seen the monkey trying to put the cork back in." There we go. I'm glad 3 of you got it. That's good. It wasn't for the Bristol crowd, I don't think, that one. Not very PC.
No.
For the poor pig.
Bless them. Can you give me one interesting fact, please, sir?
So I was telling you a little while ago about the Maritime Museum I went to in Falmouth in Cornwall, and I sort of was going around there, and I was picking up different words and things that I was seeing all around the museum, trying to get new words into my songs. But there was a good bit about sardine fishing, and the call that the sardine fishermen would make when they're coming back into port with, or when I think it was when they'd sighted sardines, they'd shout "hubba hubba," which I thought was quite good. Sort of hundreds of years ago, sardine fishermen shouting "hubba hubba" across the bay.
And then they went into making chewing gum, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, that's Hubba Bubba, not Hubba Hubba.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Could you play us another song, please, sir?
Absolutely.
And then maybe another one after that, and then just stay here all day, keep playing songs. Is that all right?
Yeah, I mean.
Nice.
So this is a song I wrote after witnessing the sort of drought in the summer, the brownness of the fields in Gloucestershire, and how low the rivers were, and all of that kind of thing. I think it shocks me every year just quite how dry it all gets. So I thought I'd write a song about it.
Brown and beige pinstripe field, monocropped within an inch. The river's low with stones to yield, upon their thirsty banks a pinch. An old green tractor rolls along to till the earth is dry as bone. Pregnant clouds with life to bear daunt the desiccated pears, hanging on with hopes of rain. In the orchard scorched, a yellow and plain with its hedgerows torched, the song thrush mourns for the worms within, the soil baked tight as an oven tin. sun, waiting for the butcher's blanc. Flies maraud their tired eyes, while geese around the basin flank, wondering where the river's gone. Mourning the loss of the lapwing song. The cracks in the clay mud appear to scorn the failed attempt of the natterjack spawn. Late in spring with hopes of rain at the water's edge, nothing left but the weeds to dredge. Left for dead by the drought it was slain, leaving nothing but emerald stains. Sky still burns alight with a gas flame blue till relieved by night. The dew is nicked by the rising sun, like to the air from where it had come, never to grace the trees again, or the mountain tops or the yellowing plain. Who is it that should be blamed? Is there still time or is it too late? A drought like this we've never seen. Remember when the fields were green? And will the spring bring life once more? Or have we